Why did I convert to Christianity? I converted to Christianity for a simple reason. Christianity is true. Now, when I was an undergraduate student studying chemistry and biology, I wasn't sure if God existed. And quite honestly, I don't think I even cared. I bought into the evolutionary paradigm. I accepted the idea that evolutionary mechanisms could explain the origin and the design and the history of life. And I just simply reasoned, if evolution can explain everything in biology, then what role is there for a creator to play? But my perspective changed when I was in graduate school studying biochemistry. There, I immersed myself in the study of the cell's chemical systems, and I very quickly became convinced that there had to be a creator that was responsible for the origin and the basic design of living systems. And in fact, I didn't know who that creator was or how I related to that creator, but I was convinced that there had to be a creator. And if for some reason I ever reached the conclusion that Christianity isn't true, I would still believe that there must be a creator, because the scientific evidence for God's existence and role in the origin and the design of the universe and the origin and the design of life is so overwhelming that I could never reject the idea that there indeed is a creator. So how did I wind up becoming a Christian? Once I recognized that there must be a creator, again, I began to ponder, what is my relationship to this God, to this creator? And a pastor challenged me to read the Bible. So for the first time as a 23-year-old, I began reading through Scripture. Started with the Gospel of Matthew, and as I worked my way through the Sermon on the Mount, I recognized my failings. I recognized my faults, the errors, the shortcomings in my life. In other words, I recognized my sin. And I had this overwhelming conviction at that point that Jesus is who Christians claim him to be, that it's through Jesus my sins would be forgiven, but more importantly, I could be reconciled to God. I could actually know the very God who made the universe. That to me is incredibly mind-blowing. But even though I had a religious experience that ultimately led me to converting to Christianity, at that point in time, I was utterly convinced that Christianity made the most sense out of who we are as human beings, out of the human condition, out of the human desires and needs that we all have. And later on, I followed in the footsteps of St. Augustine and St. Anselm, who said that as people of faith, we should seek understanding. And as I did that, I soon discovered that there's very good reasons to believe that the Gospels are reliable. There are very good reasons to believe that Jesus indeed lived and that he died on the cross. There's even very good reasons to believe that the resurrection took place. So why did I convert to Christianity? Because I think the evidence for Christianity is overwhelming. I converted to Christianity because Christianity is true.